Cringe, cringe, cringe. Everybody has their moments where they look back on their old past selves and they have a little bit of cringe and regret about it. I never thought I was one of those people until I was recently tagged in a post. And this is a post from Breezy on my Facebook timeline where it popped up my first ever business card from when I started Tucky's Anime all the way back in 2009. So I decided, you know what, I'll make a video and let's talk about how cringy I was when I started a business. And maybe if you are looking to start your own business, take some hints and tips from the mistakes I made, of which there are many. Taking a closer look at this business card, and as you can see, this was actually a Vistaprint stock card. And if you can remember back about 10 years ago when Vistaprint used to do, like, you can get 150 free cards from their plain selection, that was it. I was that much of a cheapskate. And as you can see, there's a Union Jack on the front, which is... I've got to add, the thing was, I started up trying to sell Japanese anime, manga, and merchandise and goods and whatnot, and for some reason I went all out on the British side of it. For some reason, I don't know why I went all out for Union Jack. I think it was because I wanted to push the point that I was a British person selling anime. And I really wanted to emphasise the fact that I'm British, even though I was only selling to fellow Brits in Britain. So, you know, there's nothing there to say he sells anime and manga apart from the small print. And looking at it now, like, I can't believe people actually bought off it. I can't believe people looked at this business card and went, you know what, I'll check that website out, because it was clearly just like phoned in, cheap. It didn't pay for any graphic art. I didn't really have much graphic art at the time. And that's a big tip for anybody starting out there. Invest in getting your own kind of brand, your own design, your own identity, rather than just going for 150 free cards with £5 postage like this, because this is horrible. And look, this is a Hotmail email address as well. Like, you want to set up a reputable business and that, and you're using like a free email provider. Oh man. And look, even with just the small amount of text on there, it is still fucked up. Like, in UK, the K isn't capitalised for some reason. But the being based in anime is, but retailer isn't. Like, it's everything that I could have done wrong in the small print, I've done there. and the pièce de résistance of this is I laminated them all individually. I remember sitting there, going through with the individual laminate card pouch things, putting them in one by one. I thought, you know what, if I can laminate them, people can keep them. And obviously, as you can see, Breezy's managed to have it survive for over a decade now. But my word, was this terrible. Like, awful stuff. Like, if you do a business card, get it graphically done properly. Like, you know, have your own brand and identity on it, and have it something... Just have it something that is relatable to your business and what you're doing. This does not, like, scream at me anime and merchandise seller at all. This screams at me UKIP, alternative party, GB News representative, you know, something nationalistic, you know. I look more like a far-right spokesperson than an actual anime and manga seller. For this video, like, I'm running out of ideas to do because, like, pandemic's still ongoing and whatnot, but this now... got me inspired to look at, well, what else did I do that was wrong at the beginning? And I had a look back, and there was lots. After seeing this business card, I decided to delve a bit deeper into the start and, like, the true beginnings, because on this channel we go on about a lot about what happened at the beginning of SunnyCon, like back in 2012. But before SunnyCon, there was Tucky's Anime, and this was more as me as an individual. I didn't really have a team. I only had Donna with me. And it got me thinking, you know, what got me to here from there. And I had to have a look back. And I used to own a website which sold the merch. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist anymore. But luckily, the Wayback Machine exists. So here we go. And let's have a look at the old Tucky's Anime website. And first thing you might notice is that fucking horrendous logo in the top corner. My word. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I had just got into Photoshop. Just basic design stuff. So I knew how to place things and maybe make a box of colour. And that was about it. So when I discovered the warp tool... the warp and transform tool. Like, I don't know what I was going for with this. Like I say, I went for the Union Jack because I thought, we're British, we sell anime, we're British, British. But I've used the Union flag ball there. I think I just plucked that off Google. And for some reason, I've tried to do like the lines like the rising sun. But if you look closely, and I'll zoom in on this, if you look closely at how terrible the lines are. Like, people looking at this must have thought, like, what the hell? You know, honestly, how anybody, like, trusted me or, like, wanted to buy from me is a mystery. And looking at this, I'm like, if I could go back in time, younger Tucky's getting an absolute big slap across the face because this is awful. This is awful stuff. Like, where was my friends? Where's my friends to tell me this was awful? That's just the banner. That's just the banner. Oh my god! Looking at this, looking at the basic layout of it. Like, let's the intro. Welcome to Tucky's Anime. Don't forget, we are a PayPal payment site, which means your money is 100% secure. Like, they're instant. Like, the things I've learned over the years, the big thing that's screaming to me is I'm not telling them what I'm selling. And what's raising flags here is don't forget we're a PayPal payment site, which means your money is 100% secure. Like, 100% secure from what? Why does my money need to be secure? I'm just browsing here. Why are you telling me? Like, out the bat, for some reason, I'm telling them that their money's 100% secure. Maybe I didn't think people wouldn't trust us, so I had to put something like overly defensive in to start it off. Not like, welcome to Tucky's Anime. We sell a wide selection of anime merchandise and goods. Or official merchandise and goods. No, it's don't forget, we'll keep your money. It's secure. Don't worry about your money. If you are starting a business, getting out there, the first thing you want to do is have a clear and concise message to the customer. Because, like, I think it's you get, like, about a second to make an impression. And if they don't see instantly what you are and what you sell, then they'll click off. And once again, how the fuck did anybody buy from us? New stock updates on the site now as we have new figures and plushies. Well, there we go. Figures and plushies. There's something there, but it starts new stock updates. Like, what stock? In at low prices. Don't forget, Tucky's Anime has some of the lowest prices. Like, 2 sentences there, back to back, and I'm emphasizing low prices and lowest prices for UK anime goods. Like, the UK doesn't need to be there. I'm in the UK. I'm selling. It's a .co.uk. You know, the website was tuckysanime.co.uk. I'm sure people know it's UK based. There was no need to overdo it with the UK. The British flag. Oh, this. If you don't believe us, compare prices with other dealers and you might be pleasantly surprised. So instantly, within the intro, your money's 100% secure. We've got the lowest prices. Don't believe us? Go off our website and go check our competitors. which will have, like, they'll have branding and they'll have, like, a clear, concise message. It's no wonder it was slow to start. Like, my God. Oh, no. I'm laughing, but I'm dying inside. It's painful to look at. Like if you're starting a business in these days, a website is the number one priority. And this, it's plain, it's basic. Like I say, there's very little brand identity there. Without, like, the obvious, like, the anime and the sections, nobody would really know what this was. Even though it says Tucky's Anime, people would be just like, does he write anime? Does he make anime? Or what's going on here? Oh, man, last bit of cringe. Here we go. The first ever time trading at an event. And this was way back in 2010. And this was one of the first things I ever bought with the grant money. And it was a table at SunnyCon. And I'd never traded at an anime event beforehand. I had attended anime events beforehand, but I had never traded at one. And this was basically me and Donna. We got ready. We got like little Tucky's Anime shirts. But basically, by then I had a logo, which was basically a circle with Tucky's Anime, 2 gold stars, and an anime character going. So let's look at the picture. And this is the initial table setup. As you can see there, Donna. Not the most flattering picture of Donna, and she'll probably kill us for putting this one up. But this is our first ever table layout at SunnyCon. And the banner you see at the front, I paid £30 for as well. The banner cost as much as the table. As you can see, the first mistake is plain and obvious, and I can't believe it. I put Tucky's Anime at NemaCon 2010. If you are going to events and you need branding, do not fecking date or place it, because I can't use that banner anywhere else. This banner could only be used at this event, and when I was looking to book for other tables, I'm like, oh, this banner's not going to work because it's not NemaCon and it's not 2010. 100% Northeast, 100% anime. Why did you give a toss? Like, location, the customers don't give a toss what location you're at. 100% Northeast. They don't care. That's not going to sell you goods. Oh God, why? Looking back on these, it's like I'm very territorial. I don't know why. Why, young Tucky? Why did you do this? I've got the website on there. Not as prominent because it's like right at the bottom. Like, they probably look at Tucky's Anime at NemaCon 2010 and then looked away. But if you can see on the table there, like the layout, another mistake that was made. I didn't pack a tablecloth. And if you go to trade at events, and I'm going to do a separate video for things you should do if you are trading at an event, for especially for SunnyCon. But if you are trading at any event, bring a tablecloth. Take a tablecloth. Like, there was a time we went to Earl's Court down in London, and this was the biggest table we booked for a Hyper Japan event. And I think I spent nearly like £800 just on hotel and travel to get there. So I needed a big return. And as soon as we got there was no tablecloths. And some events do provide tablecloths, but they had clearly stated that you need to bring your own. To which we were debating whether just a steel hotel bed linen and take it as a tablecloth. But clearly, from the first event, we didn't learn. And there's been times, I'm ashamed to say, like in the recent years, where we haven't took tablecloths, just assuming. So first things first, get yourself a branded tablecloth. That'd be better, because you can take that everywhere. But we didn't really think that far ahead, and it shows in this. Other than that, you can see that it's a very messy layout. There's nothing really well presented, like hats just to the side, just dumped. Apart from the chopper hat, which can slightly stand up, but seems to be crumpling under its own weight. The t-shirts at the back there, which people had to ruffle through. No organisation there. That was awful. We didn't really utilise any coat hangers either, any backboards we could have built higher. Didn't do that. Like, all of these keychains you see at the front, they could have went on a grid wall, which would have been like thin, would have been like to the side, and that would have opened up that whole front of the table for other stock just to be laid out and shown. You can see the mugs there. The mugs are actually stacked well. That's decent enough. And behind them, Naruto energy drink. And the fun story behind that was one of the most expensive purchases I'd ever made, because I think I spent about $78 on 24 cans of Naruto chocolate energy drink. And I did not expect, like, I think the return on investment, just to break even, I had to sell them for like £1.85 a can. And 10 years ago, £1.85 for a can of pop. Like, wow, it's expensive. So I think we were selling them about £2.50 a can. And me and Donna, I remember us like discussing it, saying like, nobody's going to spend £2.50 on a can of energy drink. And surprisingly, they sold out immediately. And that was like a pleasant surprise. Like, we made quite a profit on them. But I remember just the panic of like, how the hell are we going to shift these? Nobody's going to buy an energy drink at a convention. Things you learn. But this is like awful to look back at. Like, just from my own experience, like the amount of times like I've told people at my own events to, how to decorate your table and that, and this is where I started. Learn from my mistakes. And that is all of the cringe we've got. Remember, there's less than 200 days till SunnyCon now, so go and get your tickets.